I'm just gonna wing this and see how it goes. Hey Health Nuts, it's Nicole from Health Nut Nutrition, and today I am sharing 3 epic make-ahead holiday breakfast recipes. I did a similar video a few months ago where I shared 4 make-ahead breakfast recipes and you guys seemed to really like them, so I thought I would do a holiday edition. And basically these are recipes that you can make the night before or prep them ahead, and then you're not spending all morning in the kitchen while you're hanging out with your friends and family during the holidays, which is super convenient. And these breakfast recipes are epic, so get ready. I'm also so excited to be working with Walmart and Interact for the month of November, and they are sponsoring today's video. We're gonna have a whole playlist down below in the info box called Winning the Holidays, because there's gonna be some other amazing YouTubers that are gonna be featuring more recipes, decor, DIY stuff, so get excited. And then we also have a contest, which I will tell you more about later, but it's really cool too. So let's get cooking some breakfast casserole dishes. So to pick up all my ingredients for these 3 recipes, I actually ended up using Walmart's grocery pickup service, and it is life-changing. If you saw me on Instagram stories, you saw when I was first doing this, and I feel like I've been living under a rock. I did not know grocery stores do this, and it was such an easy process. I am now forever doing this. I'm just gonna order them, have Matt pick them up. So that's where I got all my groceries, and it was really easy because you can get all the brands that you love all in one place. Okay, so the first recipe we're making is my gingerbread slow cooker oatmeal. I love this recipe. You basically set it the night before, let it cook while you sleep, and you wake up to basically gingerbread smelling cookie oatmeal. Oh, it's so good. You can top it with anything you want, and like your kitchen will smell heavenly in the morning. So you'll first need a slow cooker. Using some coconut oil, I just kind of rub it around all over the sides and the bottom to help the oatmeal not stick as much when it's done cooking. Add in some coconut milk from the can, along with your steel-cut oats, along with all of your gingerbread spices. I have cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, clove, pure vanilla extract, maple syrup for sweetness, some frozen banana because you guys know I use this in all my oatmeal recipes, along with a couple tablespoons of some fancy molasses, and this is what's gonna give it that gingerbread taste. Little pinch of sea salt, add in your water to top it off with. Give it a quick mix to combine all the ingredients together. You can already start to see the milk turn into that gingerbread color. I love it. Pop the lid on, set it, and forget it. I cook mine for 8 hours on low, so overnight while you're sleeping, or on high for 4 hours. And when it's ready, just give it a really good stir, and this is what it should look like. And then in the morning, you can just serve it in a really nice casserole dish. Garnish it with some chopped up pecans, pomegranate seeds for color and flavor, and a little drizzle of some extra coconut milk from the can. It just makes it really creamy and delicious, and honestly, I would eat this every day of the week. How good does that look? Who needs gingerbread cookies when you have oatmeal? Recipe number 2 is my overnight apple crumble French toast casserole. Yes, it's a mouthful, and it is a mouthful because there's a ton of layers, and it tastes so, so good. And all you have to do is really make it the night before, let it soak up all the flavors while you're sleeping, and then you bake it in the morning, and your kitchen, once again, smells like holidays. I love it. So you'll need 1 large loaf of your favorite bread, and this super light and eggy bread soaks up all the flavor and works really well for French toast. So I'm just slicing mine up in about 1-inch thick slices. And then I'm just gonna quarter these so I have a bunch of bread cubes. I find doing it this way allows kind of everything to layer a bit better in the casserole dish. Okay, next up, to make our eggy mixture that the bread is gonna soak in, I have a medium bowl here, and I'm just gonna crack in all of my eggs, pour in some unsweetened soy milk, vanilla extract, cinnamon, nutmeg, sea salt, and some maple syrup. Give it a good whisk until everything is well combined. Next, you'll need a large casserole dish, and I'm just gonna grease up the bottom with a little bit of coconut oil to help your casserole not stick. Spread out half of your chopped bread and just kind of play around with it so it kind of fills up the whole bottom layer. And then I cubed up some apples, which I'm gonna use half the amount, and layer it over top of the bread. And then I'm taking half of that eggy mixture and spreading it right over top. Take the rest of the bread and spread it over top, along with your apples. And I mean, just kind of eyeball it. You just kind of want it evenly spread out so every bite has a little bit of bread and apples in it. And then take the remaining liquid and pour it all over top, making sure to coat all of the bread. And then I'm just taking some plastic wrap and I'm just gonna cover it and then just refrigerate it overnight. When you wake up in the morning, all you have to do is prepare your crumble. In a bowl, I'm adding in some oats, oat flour, coconut sugar, cinnamon, and a pinch of sea salt. Mix everything together, and then I'm adding in some cold coconut oil that I just popped in the fridge for a little bit. And then I'm using a pastry blender, which I will link one down below if you've never seen one of these before. And then I'm just gonna mix in the cold coconut oil in with the flour mixture. If you were to use your hands, you would melt the coconut oil, so that's why you want to use this tool. You can also just use a fork for this. Mix in some chopped up pecans and you're done. Okay, so now that our French toast has been refrigerating and soaking up all of the flavors, you can remove the plastic wrap and then go ahead and just spread out that crumble that we just made all over top of the casserole. Cover with foil, and then we're gonna bake this into the oven at 350 for 40 minutes covered and then uncovered for 15 minutes. When it's done baking, all you gotta do is drizzle it with a little bit of maple syrup and go ahead and cut into it. It smells amazing. It's perfect straight out of the oven while it's hot and gooey and delicious. You can drizzle on a little bit more maple syrup and enjoy. Now, before we get into my third recipe, I quickly want to let you know how to enter into the contest. So I did a little cameo in a new web series called Upstairs Amy. It's really funny. I think you guys will really enjoy it. And you pretty much have to find me somewhere in one of the episodes. I'm hiding, kind of. I'm like, where's Waldo? You know, you gotta find me, screenshot me, and then send me a photo via Instagram, and that's how you will be entered for a chance to win a $100 Interac e-transfer. Good luck, send in your entries. I'm curious to see how fast you guys can find me. All right, let's get back into the cooking. For my third recipe, I'm making my sweet potato crust quiche. And I love this dish because it's like sweet and savory with the sweet potato and then like the sauteed vegetables and spices. It's delicious and super easy to make, so let's hop right in. To make the sweet potato crust, I'm first gonna shred up all of my sweet potato using my food processor. I love shredding things using a food processor because you can do it in seconds and you get like perfect shreds every time. A lot of people don't know you can do this with a food processor. It's not just for blending. And this is what your shreds should look like. Perfect every time. Transfer your shredded sweet potato into a large bowl. Add in some brown rice flour, sea salt, black pepper, smoked paprika, and some garlic powder. Get a quick mix to kind of coat all of the sweet potato shreds. Add in some melted coconut oil and 1 egg. And then just mix it up really well until everything is coated with the egg and coconut oil. Next, you'll need a pie baking dish. I'm gonna coat the bottom with some leftover coconut oil. Transfer your sweet potato mixture into the dish. And then I just kind of roughly will spread it out with the back of a spoon and then just get in there with my hands, making sure everything's kind of evenly spread as much as it can be, making sure to go up on the sides as well to create a crust. Pop that into the oven at 425 to cook for about 20 to 25 minutes. In a large nonstick pan on low to medium heat, I'm gonna melt in some ghee. Ghee is basically clarified butter and has a very buttery taste. Add in my chopped shallots and fresh sage. Chopped up asparagus. I did the stems first and I added in the spears at the end. I'm also seasoning with salt, black pepper, and a little bit of nutmeg. Add in some garlic powder, give it a stir, and just saute for another 1 to 2 minutes. Add in some chopped up mushrooms. These don't take as long, so I'll usually add them more at the end. And then last but not least, just the tops of the asparagus because I like these a little bit more crunchy. Let everything heat up for a couple minutes and then transfer this to a bowl to let cool so that way when we transfer it to the egg mixture, it doesn't just cook the egg on the spot. In a large bowl, you want to go ahead and crack in all of your eggs. Season it with some salt and pepper, and then give it a really, really good whisk. You want to keep whisking until the eggs kind of turn a little bit lighter and frothy, like this. To help my quiche rise, I'm adding in just a little bit of baking powder. Whisk it in. Add in your unsweetened soy milk, and then add in your cooled veggies. And then I'm gonna crumble in some soft goat cheese. This is completely optional, but it tastes really good. It's like little bursts of goat cheese. When the quiche is done baking, it's awesome. Now that the crust is done baking, you can transfer in your filling. I also set aside the tops of the asparagus just to garnish on the top. This is more for like aesthetic reasons. You don't have to do this, but it does make for a really pretty Instagram photo. And then I'm just crumbling in a little bit more of the soft goat cheese. Cover with foil and then bake it in the oven at 350 for 40 minutes and then 20 minutes uncovered. And this is what it looks like after it's done baking. You want to just let it sit for about 10 minutes before you start cutting into it. And all you have to do is serve yourself a slice and dig in. And there you have it, 3 fun holiday-inspired breakfast recipes using traditional flavors with a little modern twist. All right guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. Those are my 3 make-ahead holiday breakfast recipes. And I would love to know which one out of the 3 is your favorite. I feel like they're all good for different occasions. Like gingerbread oatmeal is good just for like Monday to Friday. And then the French toast casserole, like guys, that's like breakfast morning. You need to make that. And like I mentioned, to enter into the contest, watch the new web series, Upstairs Amy. I'll have a link up here in the corner. Click that to watch it. I will also have a link down below along with the Winning the Holidays playlist for you guys to check out. They'll be updating every Monday once there's new videos coming in. And thanks again to Walmart and Interact for working with me on today's video. It's so cool to be working with companies and brands that I use in my everyday life. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that button down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Good luck with the contest and happy holidays. Bye guys.